Thank you for tapping in with me again today. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Cleveland. So we are going to do a fish room tour, y'all. We are in the first fish room, the first fish room to the fish corner. This is the first one that I made. Yeah, it's the first one, We're gonna do a full walk around. We're gonna take a look at everything. We're gonna look at the pictures on the wall. We're gonna take a look at the fish corner sign up there. We're gonna take a look at Bob that's right there. We're gonna take a look at the floor. We will look at the filtration. We're gonna look at everything, We're gonna look at everything, the DIY filtration, the filters, the RODI water systems, the manifolds. We are going to take a look at everything in depth today. Now, are y'all ready for it? I said, are you ready for it, Let's do it. So I'm gonna start y'all off the right way. When you first walk into the fish room, this is what I see. You see that big monstrosity over there? Now you see why I wanted it 6 feet tall. I'm gonna be able to look at that thing from the doorway. But before we get on over there and take a look at that, let's take a look at the details. We're gonna take a look at the details. We're gonna look at some of this. We're gonna look at some of this artwork that's on the wall. So this room was in shambles when I got in here, y'all. Take a look at the pictures. Some beautiful artwork, right? So this room was in shambles. You wouldn't even believe it when I first got here. Multiple colors on the wall. Check out the sign. The fish corner. You can't even see how sick that looks. Let me zoom in on it. That's epoxy right there, y'all. It looks really good. Check it out. It's not a sticker. Sometimes you might think it is. And we got some more pictures on the wall. Painted the ceiling, waterproofed it. Let's take a look at the filtration. Let's take a look at the RODI water system. So this is my water system right here, so I could top off my saltwater aquariums. I have a good little Accurite. It has the humidity in here, has the temperature in here. Room been closed up all night and it's still okay. Why? Because we got the dehumidifier in here running. Now check this out. We have a big manifold right here. That's for my freshwater aquariums. And then I have a manifold right here. That's for the RODI water system. Now I hear some noise. Looks like I need to top off my 125. So move this over. Put it into the tank. Open up the 55. Open up that line. Now we're pumping water in. So that's how easy it is to add water, add the RODI water into my saltwater aquariums. And it's pretty much the same way when I do it with the freshwater. Now since we're over here, let's take a look at all the other stuff that I built. So this right here is my filters for my saltwater aquariums. Now this trash can sump right here, it goes into my 125 right here. Those two trash cans are 44 gallons each, and they go into my 225. That's right there. I built these shelves just to hold all of my stuff. I have my carpet cleaner right here to help me extract water if I ever get a leak and to keep the carpet clean. Down below, I have a 125 gallon reservoir. This 125 gallon reservoir holds all my salt water after I make it. I have a heater in there, I have a circulation pump, so the water keeps moving. And whenever my salt water tanks need the water, I just pump it right on in. So now let's get into the aquariums. Right here I have my 125 gallon saltwater predator tank. Now all of these fish are grow out. We have right up front, we have our Stars and Stripes dog-faced puffer. He is such a cool fish. Right there, we have our striped puffer fish. Right behind them, we have our saddleback grouper. That is my favorite fish right here. We have right here our Titan trigger. We have our Niger trigger right here. We have our small snowflake eel. We have our larger snowflake eel. Right in there is our black edge eel. And then we have a panther grouper. And then we have a panther grouper in here as well. So this aquarium is filtered by this trash can and this above the tank sump right here. The best part about these sumps, you can add as much media as you want, and you can set it up any way that you want. Get that guy right there. He's almost ready to be moved. He got a little bit more to grow. Look at him now. And there's our panther grouper right here. All right. So over here, we have a 20-gallon with 2 discus in it, fire and ice. I will be moving these guys into the 150-gallon aquarium. They've been in quarantine all this time. They're good, they're healthy, and I'm sure they're ready to get upgraded. Although I know they're also ready for some friends, so that has to come in the future as well. But they're not gonna stay in this 20-gallon tank. Over here is my 37-gallon saltwater tank. We have in here 2 eels. We have the yellow edge eel right there, looking real sinister. You see that eye in the darkness? And then we have our Skeletor eel right here. Really cool eel. So I can't wait for these guys to get bigger so I can move them into a different aquarium. And then when I do, I plan on having corals in this aquarium. Get some more clownfish, some of those designer clowns that I've been wanting to get again, mocha storms, orange mocha storm. Probably get a bullet hole clownfish or a couple bullet hole clownfish, and just have some corals in here, get some more rock work, etc. It'll look really good. Down below, we have this 60-gallon aquarium with this Giardini in it. Now, this Giardini is going to be upgraded. I plan on putting him into the 180-gallon aquarium as soon as I can. That way he could really start getting some size on him. He's gotten much bigger, but I want to really see him get to a foot as soon as possible. I can't wait to have a 12-inch Giardini. So I have this thing set up in a way to where he cannot jump out. And that's very important when you have Giardinis and arowanas. They are jumpers. They jump for no reason. They jump if they're scared. They jump if the tank is small. They jump if they're in an aquarium with other fish that spook them. They just like to jump. In the wild, they jump out the water and they grab food, grab bugs, insects. So they're jumpers. They're notorious for jumping. So this guy is no different. Sometimes I'll see a little mark on his back from him jumping up, hitting the top, but he's not able to jump out of this thing, and that's the main thing, because I did lose my black arowana when I had him inside the 64-gallon bow front, and he jumped out. So I wasn't taking any chances with this guy right here. Over here, I have stone toad. Definitely can't see him. Oh, I see him. He's right there. Let's see if I can help you. There you go. Right there, stone toad. That is our brackish water lionfish. They sell them as freshwater lionfish, but they're not freshwater. They could even live in a marine setting. They're marine to brackish. So I could actually throw him into my saltwater aquarium at some point if I choose to. Such a cool fish. Up top, I have my 55-gallon African cichlid tank. Now I had a lot more. I had about 9 more African cichlids in here, but I tried to move them to a different aquarium, my 75-gallon aquarium, and I lost all but these in the same day. So I lost 9 of them in the same day. I don't know what happened, but I'm thinking that the water was softer, had driftwood in there. Maybe the water just was too soft for them, because as you know, African cichlids, they need harder water. And that's the only thing I could think of. I have fish in there right now. I have a bunch of fish in there right now, and they're all doing good. So we'll take a look at that tank in just a moment. But just glad that I still have any left, because, you know, even that guy right there wasn't doing that great. He bounced back, but he still has a little bit of a recovery to make. This is my biggest aquarium in the fish room. That is my 240-gallon aquarium. We have up top an aquaponics system to help remove the nitrates from the water. So I just built that a little while ago, a few weeks ago. I made a video on that. So if you're curious about making one like that for yourself, as you can see, the plants are thriving, doing absolutely amazing. They're all shooting straight up because they're going towards the light. This thing is doing great. So I have it filtered with that right there, as well as that FX6 down below. The stocking is a giant red-tailed gourami. We have some hybrid Feste Dovi fry in here. There's one. We have about 3 in here, or maybe 4. We have a Jack Dempsey. That is the largest. That is the largest hybrid fry right there. Dovi Feste. Can't wait to see him finally fully grow out. Hey, you photobombing. And he's recovering from a little injury on his head. But yeah, that right there is the biggest hybrid that I have. I have a Cuban cichlid. The Cuban cichlid is back there. I have Oscar, the albino Oscar. I have a Madagascar. Damn. I have a Madagascar. This light is not good. This reflection is not good. I have a Starry Night Madagascar cichlid in here as well. I have a jaguar managuensis. I have a jaguar managuensis. I think that's a male. There you go, come on out. There you go. That's the Cuban cichlid right there. Striped Raphael catfish. Delhaize Beischer back there. Got some upside down catfish in here. I have also a spotted Raphael catfish in here. So yeah, and as you can see, tons of room. The two biggest fish are these two right there. And look how small they look inside of this aquarium. Down below in this 40-gallon right here, I have 2 red Texas cichlids. And then I have 3 more of the hybrid Feste Dovi fry. And then I also have in here 1 OB African cichlid. And then I have a little small loach in here as well. There's the OB African cichlid. The loach just went right inside of that little hole right there. Matter of fact, there you go, right there. Another little loach. Over here, I have another hybrid. This is a Red Devil Managuensis hybrid. Now, some of y'all might say, hey, what's going on? He was inside the 150 breeding with the flower horn. That he was. That he was. What happened was he put a real beating on her. And to the point to where I thought she wasn't going to make it. So I removed her and I removed him to free up that 150-gallon aquarium. Now he, for some reason, loves these small aquariums. I don't know where we're going to put him long term, but like I said, he really enjoys the smaller aquariums. And maybe I'll try to breed those 2 again at some point, but for now, they'll remain separated. Over here is Drax. Y'all know Drax. Drax is my flower horn. Now you might wonder, why do I have Drax separated? Why is he inside of this small aquarium? All of that. I have him separated and he's in a smaller aquarium because I've been treating him for the past month now for a hole in the head. Keeping his water as pristine as possible, despite the algae on the glass. Algae is not a sign of, unless it's cyano, green algae is not a sign of a dirty tank. Green algae is from the light. It eats the nutrients out the water. It's unsightly, but green algae is definitely a sign of a healthy aquarium, believe it or not. But anyway, I keep up with the water changes. It's easier to medicate them in here. It's easier to focus on them, and I don't have to worry about anybody trying to pick on them or the situation getting worse. So now he has definitely gotten much better. The holes are a lot smaller. They're filling in, and once they fill in, they still might have little spots, but you don't want to see big holes, which I don't. But you can see that he has a little hole in the head. So I've been treating him. He's still such a wonderful pet to have. And I can't wait to get him out of this aquarium. Up top, we have the 225-gallon aquarium, saltwater. We have in here our Cortez Stingray. And if you don't know anything about Cortez stingrays, I want you to know that they swim almost 24/7. So she is always ready to eat. She has to eat every day because she's always using up all of her energy It's like exercise. That's what they do. Some stingrays, they don't swim around as much. They just sit on the bottom. They get excited when it's time to eat. But her, she's swimming around. She's hitting backflips. She's doing this constantly. Let's see if she'll hit a backflip for us. She's such a wonderful stingray to own. We also have in here a yellowhead eel. That's Bart right there. You see his head. We have a blue line grouper. And then we have a tessellata eel as well. And there's Tess. I also have in here a lionfish. So this aquarium will be quadrupled in size. So I plan on building a 1,000-gallon saltwater aquarium for my saltwater fish. That's the plan. Already got the filtration right here ready to go. That's why I made those 2 trash can sumps. That's plenty of filtration for that aquarium. But I'm also going to put down below my 125-gallon aquarium. Once this turns into 1,000-gallon, I'm moving this 225 to the other fish room. I'm upgrading that 125 to the 180, and I'm putting that 125 down below for a massive, massive filter for this aquarium. That's going to be over 200 gallons of filtering for that 1,000-gallon. So it's going to be about a 1,200-gallon system, if not a little bit more. I also have down below a sump that I have on this aquarium currently, also running a skimmer on it. I do have another skimmer that I'm going to use on the new filtration for this aquarium when it turns into the 1,000-gallon. We'll get to this in a minute. Down below over here is an aquarium where I put all of my African cichlids, and they perished the same day. And look at this tank. Water is immaculate, crystal clear, no algae, no nothing. And we have a bunch of different fish in here. I have a Synodontis catfish right there. I have a Synodontis catfish right there. I have a 4-line catfish. I have 2 ghost knife in here. I have 2 plecos in here. I have a wood cat. And then I have 2 smaller giraffe nose catfish in here. Not the large ones, not the ones that get 3 foot, but there's a smaller version of them that won't get as big, and I have those in here as well. So we definitely have some nice, very nice fish in here. But like I said, the African cichlids, same day, they perished. Up top right here is that 150 where I plan on moving all the discus. So as you can see, I've already started the process of emptying everything out. I'm gonna take out that sand. I think I wanna go with the white sand. I think it'll make the discus pop a lot more. Just pull all that out. I have this above the tank sump right here. Before I move them in here, I'll probably move this pump right here to the back so it's not sitting here in the front of the tank. I know a bunch of y'all will be happy about that because I'm always hearing complaints about that doesn't look good. It probably don't, but it works. The thing about this aquarium is how I have it set up so I could drain it by closing this valve and opening up the valve that's back there, and then it drains into the sink. That makes the water changes on this aquarium so easy. So easy, so worth it. So that's one of the beauties of this aquarium. And then draining the water in, as you know, open up the valve, water goes in. I even have this 225 set up that way to where I could drain it just by closing that valve right there and opening up that valve, and then I could drain the tank down 50%. So it's very important to plan ahead. I didn't plan this all ahead of time, but I learned the process and did it after the fact. Right here is the 10-gallon. This is where I had all of those new fry from the flower horn in that Red Devil Maniguins hybrid. None of the fry made it. So I just went ahead and threw some rock in here. Now it's a quarantine tank or a smaller tank for some other fish, whatever the case may be. Down below, y'all don't get to see this much at all. This is my turtle enclosure, and I have 2 turtles in here. I have my African side neck turtle. Where y'all at? I have my African side neck turtle in here and my Mississippi mat. There's my Mississippi mat right there. There's my Mississippi mat. And there's my African side neck turtle. They look like they are ready to eat. Yep, they ready to eat. So yeah, some people ask to see them all the time. And then right up top is a 225. We have in here T.O., that's our Tiger Oscar right here. I have some more of those hybrid Feste Dovai fry in here growing out. I know, they everywhere, huh? They are everywhere. I also have in here a 5-star General. I have right there my Tiger Shovel Nose Catfish. I have the flower horn back there. That's the female. The one that was bred with the Jag / Red Devil. She's in here healing up. And then I have a sun cat in here somewhere. There you go. Then I have a sun catfish right up in there, wedged between those 2 rocks. The filtration on this tank is another butter tank sump. The beauty of this one, same thing. Turn on the valve, water comes in. When I want to drain it, close that valve, open up that valve, water drains it to the sink. Now, lastly, before we talk about the monstrosity in the corner, I have this big 800-gallon indoor pond. Now you might wonder why I have the plastic going around this thing, and that is to keep in the humidity. If I didn't have this thing covered up, this room would be unbearable. I have issues with mold, and that dehumidifier would not be able to control the remaining humidity that's in this room. I've tested it. Covering it up like this was the game changer. So, let's take a look. All right. So here's, looks like a little greenhouse, don't it? So here's the indoor pond right here. Now, looking at it as a whole, this is exactly how I wanted it. I wanted plenty of greenery. I wanted it so green and so lively, you forget about the fact that this is a kiddie pool. It doesn't sound like a kiddie pool. It doesn't look like a kiddie pool until you get close and you start looking at all the blue walls. But we have plants growing and thriving everywhere, on the outside, on the inside, all of these elephant ears. I've been propagating them, moving them around. Elephant ears in the corner right there. I got canna back there in that corner. I moved out some other canna, put it outside. Got some more growing right here. It's really doing amazing. And it's been set up for over a year. Now the stocking in here is my 26-inch silver arowana. Right under him is my buddy Cofferi. Right there is my African knifefish. I'll probably go ahead and go under the water so y'all could get a better look. Maybe they'll stay still so we can take a look at them. Maybe they won't, not quite sure. But we also have in here 4 Midas cichlids, the star of the tank, the mascot of the channel, my blue 13-inch dove. Let's get a better angle now. All right, there's my other buddy Cofferi. Right there is my giant red-tailed gourami. I have a Salvini cichlid right there. I have a female feste in here. I have an Asian red-tailed catfish. I have 2 Adabapo pikes, red Adabapo pikes. There's my Asian red-tailed catfish tail. You see it's barbed. There's the dove. I don't know where the feste is, probably hiding in a fire pot. I have another, there's the other buddy Cofferi. There's my larger red Adabapo pike. And then I even have some small Dovai Feste fry that's living in here. So when I designed this pond, I wanted it to look as natural as possible. So what I did was I put mats under, you can see the mat showing right there. I put mats under all of this rock work. And then I placed the rock work on top of it. And I chose to scape it in a way that it will allow the fish to not feel like the pond is only 800 gallons. I wanted it, actually I scaped it a bunch of different ways. But when I scaped it in a way that the arowana could swim all the way around, all the rock work. I have it set up to where they're all swim throughs and not just sections where it's a collage of rock over there in that corner and a collage of rock over there in that corner. And then a fish would basically just take over the whole rock corner and then constantly chase off all the other fish whenever they go by it. Like this, they can't really isolate themselves. It's continuous. The pike right there. I also set it up where all of my circulation pumps, and there's the feste right there, she's sticking her nose out. But I have circulation pumps attached to all of the flower pots so that the water goes in a vortex. Each pump is pointing towards another pump and then another pump right there until it goes back out of the aquarium and goes into that 44-gallon trash can sump that I made. So overall, this thing has been the simplest enclosure, water enclosure for me to take care of. The plants has helped so much. The waterfalls add surface water agitation. It aerates the water. It does everything it's supposed to do. It's growing all of those pothos, which is growing insane and all over. So this is definitely one of my one of my greatest achievements when it comes to this fish hobby. On top of the fact that all of these fish are so aggressive and most people can't get them to coexist with any other fish or even together. Meanwhile, I've been able to accomplish this. So I'm very proud about that. Very proud. And that trash can sump right here is how I filter that. And this trash can sump right here is how I filter this pond. Now the same deal. If I want to drain it, close that valve, open up this valve, and it drains. Now the goal for this pond is to turn this into possibly a 3,000 gallon pond if I can. I'm shooting for 3,000 gallons. I want to keep the footprint, but I want to go taller with it. Maybe about right there. Maybe like 5.5 foot tall. Something like that. Window panels. A panel right here. Panels on each side. Not in the front. They don't have to be one in the front. But definitely want panels. Yeah. I feel like if I had it in the front, I'd get a ton of algae. So yeah, not on the front, but on each side and right here, I want panels. It's gonna cost a little bit, it's gonna take some time, but that's the goal for these guys right here. It's gonna look ridiculous. And then lastly, the project that I started but haven't been able to finish. We have this 6 foot, 1,800 gallon plywood aquarium that I have still yet to be able to finish. Now this thing is going to be insane when it's done. I wanted this 6 foot. I wanted it to be 6 foot so I could actually get in here, stand up, and look through the window. I know that sounds crazy, but that's really what I wanted. On top of the fact that it's a small space, but the taller I go, I'm able to have more gallons, right? And so a lot of the fish that you see in these other aquariums, they're gonna go in here. You know, when this thing turns to a 3,000 gallon, then I can put more fish in there. Then once that happens, then I could kind of like change up some of these other aquariums. Who knows, I might make an 1,800 gallon community tank with all small fish. You never know. Or like I said, I probably just go with my first mine and just upgrade the fish that I have already because they deserve it. So the fish from the 240, go in there, probably add in the fish from the 225 if I can, throw them in here, minus all the fry, minus all those hybrids. I'm not gonna put a ton of hybrids in there. But a lot of the fish that are already on, they will go into there. And then the smaller fish that's in the smaller aquariums, go into the bigger aquariums, and so forth and so on. So I always want to make sure that I provide my fish with the biggest home and the best home possible. So that's the goal. Keep those fish in mind, make sure they're good, and then go from there. So big plans, big plans. You got to stay tuned for that. Make sure that notification bell is hit. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on any of these things. And if y'all like the videos, you can probably get there a lot faster. Cost that Skrilla, y'all. Cost that money. All right, y'all. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this long video of the fish room. Hope y'all enjoyed the long video of the fish room. It was a fun one. Went in depth, showed y'all all the ins, the outs, the decor, the wall. Didn't show you the floor. Now y'all see the floor. So I'm literally proud of every inch of this room. If y'all look at, if y'all take notice of the intro is me basically completing this fish room, showing you from how it looked in the beginning to the way it looked now, or the way it looked when I finished that pond. But now you see the updated version of how it looks now. And if you go back to that intro, you'll see that it's come a long way. And it still has a long way to go, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that you were inspired by something that you've seen in this video. I hope that I was able to educate you in some type of way. I really hope that I was able to throw you a couple little tricks, little tips or something that you could use and implement in your own fish room, in your own fish aquariums in general, your own ponds, whatever the case may be. We still haven't even looked at the pond outside. If y'all not new here, y'all know what I'm talking about with the pond outside. If you are new here, you will want to catch that video or take a look at one of those older videos and you'll see for yourself that I also built a pond up front. So we do it all here. We do it all. We keep the marine aquariums, we keep the freshwater aquariums, we DIY everything from the filtration to the stands. We do ponds, I built ponds myself, and I provide it all on my YouTube channel. So I try my best to make sure that whatever I do, I'm able to show you how to do so you could also do it for yourself. Each one teach one. I'm a strong believer in that, and there is no need for me to hold any of this information to myself. I could share it, and that's what I try to do on my channel. So if you like what you've heard, if you like what you've seen, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you have been watching all my videos and you haven't subscribed, you really should subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I don't know what you're waiting on. Also, hit that notification bell so you know when these videos come out. And as I say, everybody, I know y'all don't listen. I know some of y'all don't listen. But do me a favor. If y'all enjoyed the video, if you liked the video, like the video. It don't cost you a single thing to show some support. Let me know that you appreciate what I'm doing. Hit the like button for me one time. Hit the like button on every video that you tap into. Hit the like button. Why not? If you don't want to hit the like button, just let me know why not. What do I need to do different to make y'all hit the like button so the algorithm could understand that it's a good video and push it? If you do that, we could get these builds done a whole lot faster. I promise you that. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, y'all. So we almost at 20K. We almost at 20K. I appreciate you all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the content, help us get to that 20K. Also, follow us over on TFC with me on TikTok and YouTube. That is our other channel, behind the scenes. You get to see all the behind the scenes content. Aida's in charge of that one. She's been doing a wonderful job getting ahead of me. So if you want to get ahead of me too, you got to follow over there. But again, I appreciate you all. Let's get to that 20K. Have a good one. Peace.